What's up everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. My name is Whack4863, but you can call me Whack. In today's video, we're going to look at the Winter Survival Simulator. This is available for anybody to download. It's currently a demo, and you can download it and play it firsthand for free. So if you don't want to watch me play it and you don't want to hear what I have to say about it, I suggest you go over to their Steam page. The link is in the description of this video, and you can get a hands-on look at what this game's all about. For those of you that are still here and want to watch, let's jump into the content. So, after a quick interaction with a bear, it's all a cutscene. You basically wake up and are in a tutorial, so it's going to teach you how to play the game. It's going to teach you about the UI and the different functions of how to survive in this world. And basically, you are in a winter world, you're super cold, and you have absolutely nothing. You've lost everything between the fall that you had there at the beginning and a fall that you take a little bit later on in the intro. Now you're totally lost and fully cut off from any other human beings. You came with a party of people, you were camping as a group, and now you are all alone, and your goal and key is to survive the winter days and nights. Now, Winter Survival Simulator has the standard requirements for what I say needs to be in a survival game. So you need to manage your food and your thirst. You need to manage your body temperature. Obviously, you need to manage your bruises, cuts, bumps, scrapes, and scars, all of those injuries. It also has a light crafting and a light building mechanic, but what I really like about Winter Survival Simulator, or what I've played so far, is the world. The world looks absolutely amazing. It's very immersive and it feels very real. In addition to the standard survival requirements, it actually also has a sanity meter. So as you kind of get colder, your character is doing worse off, you'll start to have sanity issues, so hallucinations and different things like that. So if you push your character to the limit, it's actually going to cause your sanity to go down, and different things are going to happen differently. Now obviously this is a demo, so they show a very small purview of that, of what you could be interacting with or seeing, but I think this is a really cool mechanic and I hope that they expand on it. As I was diving into the devlog, they actually talk about the sanity feature. So I'm going to read this from the devlog, and what it says is, unlike hunger, thirst, or exhaustion, keeping track of your sanity is a bit of a challenge in itself. Physical needs are ever present and have a tendency to remind you of themselves on a semi-regular basis. Your willpower, however, only explicitly makes an appearance each morning. Dreams can be so comforting when the reality is the frozen hell itself. Thus, the lower your sanity falls, the harder it will be to wake up. Eventually, the player character might outright refuse letting the wilderness take him. When the will to live falters, each sleep becomes a bit of Russian roulette. On the other hand, during the day, you will be able to spot subtle changes in your sanity by listening to your character's reactions. Annoyed, tired, and exhausted reactions imply the degeneration of willpower, while little praises, cheers, or laughters mean that the spark of hope is being subtly relit. Keep yourself warm and comfortable if you can. Weariness and exhaustion make stress that much easier to spike. They go on to talk about how they're really trying to give you a realistic experience in a frozen hellscape. So it is going to be mentally challenging on your character, and you are going to have to be very careful on how you approach different experiences to guard your sanity. Now let's get a couple of quick housekeeping things out of the way. This is being developed by Drago Entertainment and it's being published by Movie Games SA. It does not have a firm release date yet, it just says 2021 and that you can play the demo now. If I take a quick look at the patch notes or the news from Steam, there's an update or a demo release on February 3rd of 2021, another update on February 12th. This is when they actually get into quality of life fixes, bug fixes, adding different things into the game. And then if we go further on, there really isn't a whole lot until we get to June 24th. And this is where they're actually showing some of the expanded areas that they're adding to the game. So they're adding new biomes, they're adding deeper snow conditions and wet gear, hunting, tracking, and plants, and it all looks really good. And they actually have a video on YouTube that highlights these additions and changes. I'll go ahead and link that in the description of this video as well, so you can get over and check that out. Now currently this is listed as a single player game, so I'm not sure how much they're going to expand in the areas that a lot of us are used to for survival games that are multiplayer or co-op. A lot of the single player survival games, or the games that call themselves survival games that are single player, seem to follow more of a path of a story than it does a sandbox style open world multiplayer survival game. Now they haven't come out and said if there will be a story mode or if there will be an end to the survival. I'm hoping honestly that they go both routes, that there is a story and you are able to finish it, and I'm hoping that you can continue to just survive and see how long you can actually survive, especially with the sanity feature like I was talking about earlier. Maybe there could be some kind of in-game day counter that shows you how long you actually survived in the winter biome. Now let me tell you my opinion from playing the demo, and again, this is just my opinion. You should definitely check it out yourself or look at some other videos, get some other opinions before making a decision on this game. In my opinion, it took way too long to chop down trees. Now, I play a lot of survival games, so I've had varying experiences with chopping down trees. And I've got to say that this one probably takes the longest out of any game that I've played in order to actually get some of the resources that you need. I think the amount of resources that you get from chopping down that tree is perfectly fine, but it does take a very long amount of time. I really like the map. I think the map is very well crafted. Now, I'm not going to say that it's like this most beautiful, amazing map, but I do feel like the ambiance on the map is there. It definitely makes you feel like you are alone and like there is nothing out there other than animals and trees and rocks and shrubs, and you do feel like you have no hope at certain points in time in the game. So I feel like the map just gives you a nice sense of immersion. And the immersion is pretty good, all the way down to being able to eat snow in order to raise your thirst level, and then finding different water sources. So some water sources are totally iced over. The slower moving ones are going to be totally iced over, where the more fast-paced water sources you'll find will have actually running water. So it really feels more realistic. Now, without spoiling the gameplay or the demo, I do think they've got some really good features built into the game, or really good mechanics, I should say, built into the game that are going to keep people wanting to interact with different areas of the map and do different things on a regular basis. And honestly, guys, I'm not much of one for simulators. I don't really enjoy playing a simulator that makes me feel like, hey, I could go out and get a job and earn money for doing basically the exact same thing that I'm playing a game doing. However, this simulator, quote unquote, feels like a really decent survival game. Or at least this early on, it's got the core foundation, the makeup of what could be a really great survival game. So this is one of those games that I'm going to put on my list to watch and see how it develops and how it comes out, to see whether they go the route of more of just a strictly survival game, or if they go the route more towards a simulation game with a story-driven kind of background to it. It'll be interesting to see how this one turns out. I want to know what your thoughts on this game are in the comment section below. Have you played it, and what did you think of it? The whack moments in this video were sponsored by my legendary supporters. Thank you very much. If you'd like to become a member, you can click the button below that says join. That'll give you all the details. I'd like to thank all my subscribers for their continued support, likes, comments, and general awesomeness. If you're not a subscriber, you can start your free trial today and cancel at any time. Clicking the bell is highly recommended so you get notified when I upload another video. Now, if you're not done watching, there's 2 videos on the screen. You could pick one of those to watch next. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. I'll catch you next time. Peace.